There is a crisis with regard to long-term care insurance and affordability in the state, with thousands of individuals being priced out of their long-term care insurance after having paid into it for decades, and now being forced to drop benefits and not being able to take advantage of the benefits they paid into for so long. I wanted to bring to the committee's attention an issue I became aware of recently, and I'll be submitting written testimony on it as well. There is a class action lawsuit in the Northern District of Illinois against a specific long-term care insurance company. I'm not generally in the habit of citing complaints and lawsuits, but this one happens to be accompanied by exhibits that highlight specific slides of presentations that this particular long-term care insurance company gave to its investors, in which they discussed an issue called shock lapse, which is essentially where a rate increase leads customers of a long-term care insurance product to drop the product. And what they seem to be doing in these slides is essentially bragging to their investors that they were, quote, de-risking their long-term care insurance profile. They in particular indicated that their policy count was down by over 40% since 2015, and these documents are readily available on their website. And what this seems to indicate to me, based on the complaint's explanation and these exhibits, is that this company in particular appears to have been engaging in a deliberate strategy of using this shock lapse issue to get individuals to drop their policies and thereby solve their risk profile and maybe achieve profitability. Now, I don't mean to imply in any way that any other company was engaging in this kind of behavior, but it gives the committee an idea of the potential for abuse in this scenario. And I just wanted to contribute two other proposals in addition to the bill I propose and the proposals that you're looking at already this session. There's two additional potential regulatory changes I think could be helpful. One is that when a carrier is looking for a significant rate increase, one of the issues that carriers have raised is that not being able to raise their rates would create a solvency risk for the company, but they do this very casually and in a non-regulated environment, is under my understanding. A requirement that they certify that if they're not granted an increase above a certain amount, this would create some sort of material solvency risk for their company. The wording I would leave up to you, obviously, and that the rate increases required to prevent insolvency, that some sort of certification like that, I think, would be useful to test the actual assumptions behind those statements. And additionally, when a carrier files for a rate increase, a regulation could require them to notify all potentially impacted policyholders with a readily available link to allow them to provide public comment on the rate increase. I'm not sure what the current status of what the Department of Insurance does in this regard, but they've reported that they often receive no objections to a particular rate increase from the public, and I think it's important for policyholders to have the opportunity to weigh in. And this is obviously important not only generally as a consumer protection issue, but also because the state of Connecticut has spent significant resources and provided assistance to the industry when it set up the Connecticut Partnership Program. And if people are being knocked off their long-term care insurance and having to subsist on Medicaid, that provides a significant risk to the state. So in any event, I hope I haven't gone over my time, but I appreciate the committee's indulgence in allowing me to testify and highlight these issues and the written testimony that I will submit.